So today we're going to keep it super easy on lean and quarantine. So there's a couple basic rules that we want to focus on when we are assessing our nutrition and we are assessing our needs. I think for the very first part of your nutrition, it's more important to find or learn or understand a healthy relationship with food rather than going directly from numbers that you did pull from a calculator, so to speak. So what's unknown for most people is they actually don't know what they enjoy eating in the first place. So our first interaction together would be to find out what you actually enjoy eating, and then also implement what's necessary for you to eat so you can make progress towards your goals day after day. Now, for the most majority of us, it is lose fat, tone some muscle, all right? Or for other people, it is still lose fat, gain strength. Whatever it is, fat loss is the number one key to success, whether it's performance-based or it's physique-focused. Now, when we are looking to, lose fat long-term, the long-term portion of our journey is what we need to focus on and make sure that we're diligently paying attention to as we make choices to either bring new foods into our diets or take foods out. So long-term typically gets turned over by short-term gain, what I can get right now, but doesn't stick long-term, all right? So an example of that would be, say, for me, my calorie intake would be 2,500 calories on my BMR. So that's my caloric needs just at chill, okay? Doing my daily diligence, going to work, exercise, and all that type of stuff. And now that will allow me to maintain my body composition as is. If I'm looking to lose body fat, I would look to bring that down by 300 to 500 calories down to 2,000 calories there, okay? Now, anything more than 500 calorie deficit is too high in my personal opinion, and it takes too much of a toll on people's mood, also their performance at work, sexual drive, all these other indicators. Now, if you're morbidly obese, that is a very different conversation, but we're just gonna start off here at an average pie. So let's say my BMR was 2,500. I've dropped that down to 2,000 calories now. That should measure me up for anywhere from 300 to 500 grams of fat loss week after week without breaking the bank, so to speak. And what that also allows me to do is further down the line, I have the ability to chip out a bit more calories because I haven't gone too crazy at the very beginning. Okay. Now, with 2,000 calories, that's a lot of calories. And if we're looking at a female, for instance, if we're not looking at a male, most women will still lose weight at 1,600 calories or even 1,700 calories. It's got more to do with the choices we make across the week that allow us to stay on target. Now, when I was talking to you guys about focusing first on the foods that you enjoy having, you always want to focus the first 6 to 7 days on figuring out actually what you enjoy eating. So Monday through to Sunday, find out what you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and what your snacks are. Once you have a good idea of what that is, you can continue to punch this into your nutritional tracker. But once you have a good idea what those are, you can then start to count the calories to them and see whether they measure up. Now, when we're talking about counting calories, don't worry about macros just yet. We're not at that level. I just want you guys to find your base caloric intake and then focus on hitting that for at least 2 weeks. And this is more about adherence. Now, if we're looking at the triangle of nutrition, the baseline for all of us is calorie intake and adherence, making sure we have that foundation before we move up to macronutrients, micronutrients, training, and then supplementation, okay? So adherence and calories is our target. So if we've got 2,000 calories a day in a fat loss state, we want to have 2,000 calories every day. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1,400 calories, or 14,000 calories by the end of the week. So that's 7 days of calories. Now, this sort of steps into that next conversation about whether or not you guys should focus on the daily diligence or the 7 days across. What I'd like to say to you guys is, when you are doing your caloric intake, do focus on that 2,000 calorie day, but then it's across that 7-day period that you want to pay close attention to. So that 14,000 calories collectively over 7 days, it is what makes the key difference to your diet. It's not just the 2,000 calories right now, okay? So if you have 2,000 calories today, but you have 3,000 calories tomorrow, that's going to affect your fat loss results at the end of the week, okay? So let's dive into that one on the next series, but from right now, the most important thing for you guys to know is caloric intake, adherence, focus on the foods that you enjoy eating, and then tie that in to your calories across the week, so you actually have a diet that you want to eat day after day, and it's not just chicken, broccoli, fish, shit, okay? So keep your chocolate in there, change your full Cokes out to Pepsi Maxes, choose, you know, there's hundreds of different healthy choices out there, but it is very much about enjoying the lifestyle that you're now creating for the rest of your life. So enjoy series 1, guys. Lean in Quarantine. I'll see you guys on the next video.